US police are investigating an explosion at a house in Virginia where officers were trying to serve a search warrant. Police say that the suspect fired several shots inside the home and an explosion followed. Officers on the scene reported minor injuries and the suspect is yet to be located.
Police in the United States are investigating a massive explosion which destroyed a home in Virginia last night. Officers were called to reports of a man firing a flare gun and they tried to make contact with the suspect who was inside, but there were gunshots and then came the huge explosion. Our US correspondent Dan Rivers has the story.
This was the moment a 4-hour police siege came to its dramatic conclusion. The massive explosion lighting up a suburb near Arlington, Virginia. The building the police surrounded, totally destroyed. The shockwave reverberating well beyond the street in which this happened.
I could feel it, I could hear it. I've lived in that house for 50 years, okay? I've never had a sound wave shock like that. I thought something had happened on my house.
The whole house shook from the sound concussion. It wasn't an earthquake kind of tremor, but the whole house shook.
Officers were called after reports of flares being fired from the house. The occupant was barricaded inside. He's not been accounted for since the explosion.
As officers attempted to execute that search warrant this evening, the suspect inside the residence discharged several rounds. The house subsequently exploded, and we continue to investigate the circumstances of the explosion.
At present, there is no suggestion this is terror-related, but it has shaken this quiet neighbourhood as people try to understand what's happened right on their doorstep. Agents from both the FBI and the Bureau of Alcohol, Firearms and Tobacco are helping to investigate the cause of the explosion, which could be heard as far as Washington, D.C., several miles away. A devastating end to an armed standoff, the cause of which is still a mystery. Dan Rivers, ITV News, Arlington, Virginia.